Howdy. I need you guys to tell me. Is my mic quiet? Like, is it quieter than usual? Fuck. It's... 1 second. I need to boost it, actually. I need to boost it. I need to... buffering, too. Okay. Great start. Great start. Major buffer. Okay, is it still buffering? Are people back, or are they still in the buffering void? One second. I am boosting my audio. Okay. How does that sound? Does that sound better? But also, does it sound scuffed at all? Still quiet? Okay, 1 second. I'll go a little bit louder. This is so bizarre, because usually I have the opposite problem with this microphone. Not scuffed? Okay. I'm just checking. I don't want to be scuffed. Okay, it seems okay now. It seems okay now. Like, I'm looking at the audio levels and they look about right. I'm just wondering, like, what caused this? Like, what caused this? I have no clue. I have no clue what caused it. But hey, we're back. We're so back. So I think what was happening earlier, the reason there were some tech issues, I was trying to get multi-streaming working again, and it just wasn't. It just wasn't working again. And I think what happens when I multi-stream is it tries to like stream to both sources at the same time, and I think my internet just can't handle it. Like it just, oh man, it's buffering too. Oh my god. One second. Dude, it says it's not dropping frames, so I'm so confused. Like, it's actually so confusing. I think it was setting up multi-streaming again really messed with things. It really did. So I'm boosting my audio more. We're going to 180. Okay, are people... Oh, that's too high. 180 I think is too high on the audio. I saw it peak. 1 second. Go 170. But yeah, are people still buffering, or... What's up, RNGesus? I think it's back. Oh my god. Why does this have to happen? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit stop streaming real quick. The stream's gonna stutter while I change a setting. And we'll see if it works, okay? Hopefully this doesn't stop the stream. Okay. We're back. We're back again. Guess who's back? Tell a friend. Yeah, okay, we're back. Okay. Let's see if that fixed it. I changed the ingest server I'm using. Okay, cool. We're back. If it buffers again, let me know. But if it's just one-offs, I think that's okay. It's just, if it's the whole chat being like buffering problems, then that's an issue. But it looks like that's not the case. At least right now it's not the case. Anyways, man, I gotta get back into the stream headspace. I've been out of it for so long, but it's been a good thing. It's been a good thing, I'll tell you that. It's been a very good thing. But like, all day I've been, or the full half hour leading up to this stream, I was dealing with tech issues, and it just ruined my mental. I was so ready. I was so ready for this. And then I wasn't. And then I wasn't. This title's fire. You know, it took me like an hour to come up with this title. I literally kept typing out fucking titles and I hated all of them. Like, I couldn't stand any of them. And then this one clicked. This one just worked. So I'll take it. But the thing is like, trying to come up with stream titles when you don't really have a guiding topic, like, is pretty hard. The mental image of me typing, yeah, dude, there was some duds in there, man. There were some dud titles, that's for sure. And I'm not even gonna repeat them. They just didn't work, man. They just didn't work, and we're in the good timeline. We're in the good timeline where it did work. No Canadian politics? Ruh-roh. No, you guys. No Canadian politics. But there's so much to talk about. What do you mean? What do you mean, no Canadian politics? Yeah, Carnegeddon, dude. Carnegeddon. You think you can escape Carnegeddon? You can't. It's also, I have to go back and think, like, there's so many things to talk about, I don't know where to start. Dude, the Mark Carney stem, you've infected other people with the Mark Carney stem? Dude, smart Carney, bro. Smart Carney. Smart Carney, bro. Thank you for the tenor, by the way. Both Russell and Mark Carney. Dude, Mark Carney, don't you, like, aren't you trying to, like, tighten up the budget? Do you have the, like, superfluous income in the Canadian budget to be spending on, like, Pavis donos? Smart Carney, bro. Smart Carney. Dude, that's good to know my taxpayer dollars are going to good use, you know? Don't you know, bud? But before we get into Yappist topics, okay, I did have a question or a stream idea I wanted to run by chat, okay? Because, you know, I'm trying to have the chat interaction stay a part of streams, and the Chat Plays Fire Emblem finale isn't going to be until, like, early to mid-June. So we've got some time in early May and early June to kind of mess around with some ideas. And I came up with the stream idea of, yes, Chat Plays Chat Plays Birthright. Yes. Chat Plays Awakening again. Yes. How did you read my mind? How did you... Dude, how did you call it? I was just about to say it. No, we're not. We're not doing that shit. No fucking shot. Okay. My stream idea was chat fixes the alphabet. Okay. It's a silly out there idea. But basically the idea of the stream is that we will fix the alphabet, and This is fire? Yeah. So, like, the idea is that I will prompt chat to submit their problems with the alphabet. Okay? Like, too many letters, or, like, too many vowels, or, you know what? Any letter that contains a curve in it is gone. like basically chat proposes a problem with the alphabet, and not enough letters, also a problem, okay? And then chat also proposes the solution to the problem. And again, it's like chat plays format, where it's like I randomly select like people to submit a problem, and then also people's solutions to the problems. Democracy for certain things, yes. It sounds like fun. It sounds silly. I'll have to put some ground rules so it doesn't end like right away. Like, you can't just say like, your solution to the problem can't be like delete the alphabet or delete every letter, right? Like, we have to come up with stuff, you know? But my problems and my solutions. But like, that's the idea. That's the idea. Drip or drown? Look, drip or drown. Maybe drip or drown should come back, but drip tier list could come back. We could also do another hottest character tier list. Like, that could make a comeback. But I want to mess with ideas that are like not related to tier lists and not related to Fire Emblem. So, like, interesting, weird stream ideas. Like, let's fix the alphabet. Like, that's kind of the direction I more want to take the channel. And I think, dude, the alphabet stream would go so hard. I'm not, like, it's a way for, yeah, let's get weird with it. Exactly. Let's get fucking weird with it. Okay? Like, let's just have some fun doing some silly shenanigans. And like, this gives you some like heads ups of like, you know, problems to brainstorm about the alphabet. But keep in mind, like, I'd brainstorm problems more than changes you would make, you know what I mean? Like, I want it to be a back and forth, right? Like, I want the problem to make people think of solutions on the spot that are interesting or like lead to spontaneous creativity. And you know what? It might be a dud, but I think you're gonna see some more swings like that, you know? It could be chat fixes school. Chat fixes school. I don't know. With the alpha, look, chat fixes numbers would be funny. I'm down for chat fixes numbers. The thing is, like, you can't fix school, because at least with the numbers, I can like have like a diagram. Like, I'll have, like, the idea of the stream is to have the alphabet like in a Photoshop file, and like we literally in real time make changes to the alphabet. I don't know how I do that for school. Like, how? I have like a school diagram. What do I do? Like, how do you fix school? Remove all prime numbers? Yeah, then we have to find every prime number. Shit. Chat fixes society. Waifu tier list? No. Maybe we think of another anime topic though, but we're not doing that, okay? We're not doing that. Maybe we go with the letterboxed idea. People wanted the letterbox stream. I know some people wanted to do like the chat fit stream, where it's like rate my drip type thing. And I mean, it's pretty common on like, you know, other streams where it's like, you know, people send in their rooms or send in, you know, I don't know, random stuff, their desks or their setups. Like, other streamers do that. I don't know if I do those exact ideas, but Rate My Drip could go hard for chat. It could go hard. And then there'd be some funny submissions, of course. Pav reads a viewer's middle fingers. Now, that one... That one, I don't think that'll make the cut. I don't think that'll make the cut. Chatter haircuts. I feel that maybe that could work. Look, the point is, in these upcoming weeks, I want to get goofy with it. There's not going to be a chat play stream until June, okay? We're not doing chat plays until, again, early to mid-June. So, like, that's where I'm, like, kind of trying to aim for, you know? Russell moment here. Look, we gotta... I'm trying to do stuff with broad appeal, you know, stuff that could break out. I don't know how much appeal, like, Russell as a topic has beyond this chat, okay? Whoa! 50 gifted. 50. Holy Yapatron? That's not Japanese. Yapped desu ne. Holy moly. Thank you for the 50 bomb. Holy. Bro just paid for, like, the next, like, set of highlights single-handedly. There's even 50 people here? Enjoy the gifties, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you and good day. A 50 bomb's crazy. Appreciate it. Anyone else got a 50 gifted they want to drop? Holy. We haven't even gotten to the actual, like, yapping part of the stream even. Like, I was just talking about stream plans. What the hell? Wait, Russell got a gifted sub? Oh, dude, that's nuts, man. Gifty for Russell. Russell, your badge for the amount you've been in chat, I'm surprised that, like, you've only got gifted once in a while. Chat drip or drown? That's what I'm saying. It could work. No. Don't tell me the buffering's back. I see 2 bufferings. Am I freezing again? It seems okay. How much is 50 gifties in CAD? I think 50... So 50 times 5 is 250. So 250 USD. Translate that to CAD. 300. YouTube takes their cut. You're probably looking around, like, just under 200, if I had to guess, in terms of what I take home from that. That'd be my guess. But, like, hey, I mean, those highlights ain't gonna pay for themselves, so. And like I say this every time, and it's true. Like, every dollar goes back into the channel. Like, again, I think last year my total profit was like $70. Like, that was my margins. So look, it's well appreciated. It's well appreciated, so thank you, thank you. $50 gifties and 40, and some of us didn't get the green. I don't know how it calculates who does and doesn't get the gifty. I genuinely don't. I have no clue. Chat makes Fire Emblem units. Look, I know Fire Emblem's the bread and butter of this channel, but like, you know, I'm trying to do stuff that's not Fire Emblem related. Also, Grape with the huh? What's up, Grape? What's the question marks for? You good? Also, you haven't been here? I look at your chat history. The last time you were here was Jan 30th, 2024. You leave, you come back like a year, 4 months, and drop just a 50 bomb. That's crazy. I mean, I appreciate it nonetheless. I appreciate it nonetheless. We should get into the yappest topics, though, okay? We should get into the yappest topics. But where do people want me to start? I'll list some topics. You tell me where to start, okay? We've got Canadian election. We've got the Blue Jays. We've got hockey talk. We've got playing mahjong in person, going to mahjong clubs. We've got Mark Carney. There's more stuff. I can go on Mark Carney. What else would be here? What else did I do? Rivals 2 tournaments. Media talk. I've not seen Sinners, by the way. I've been watching The Pit. If you want media talk, that's what I've been watching. The Pit. We've got food. I can talk about food I ate. Food I ate. So pick your fighter. I see Mahjong IRL is probably the most interesting out of the list. I'll be real. Probably the most interesting. Favorite drip in fiction? We can talk about that. Let's get through some. Let's get through the docket first. People want the food talk as well. Mahjong and food. I mean, that's a great combo. That is a great combination. Maybe let's start with the food talk, okay? Let's talk about some meals. Some good-ass meals. Alright. What's the Blue Jay topic? Oh, I went to see a game. And there's some funny stuff from the game. A carnivore? Dude, no. The fuck you mean a carnivore, dude? A carnivore? That's... Please don't. I don't want to manifest that into carnivore. Where? Can we not? I know it's one word, but like that, if you put a space between those two words that you've combined, it gets extremely cursed very fast. I can't, man. No, we're not. You know what? Speaking of a carnivorous meal, though, I did have... Do people know what japadog is? Because I had japadog for the first time. Alright? Because there's a japadog in downtown Toronto. Okay. Do people not know japadog? I don't know how big of a thing japadog is, okay? Here's the thing. I just know it's like really good ass hot dogs. No? Nobody knows what this is? Is this like a... Okay, let me look this up. Japadog. Because I know this is a chain. I think it's like literally a Japanese... No, it's a Vancouver one. I've known about it always, never tried. It might be Canadian. Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like it's a Canadian hot dog chain that's like Japanese influence. Because like if I go to locations, there's one in Santa Monica. Okay, on the Santa Monica Pier apparently. Just so people can see what I'm looking at. Like this is japadog. Let me go to the menu so you can see what I'm talking about. Cause I had this bad boy. Woo-wee. Hot dogs are the worst. Hot dogs go so hard, man. Do you want like, or look at this, man. You're telling me you wouldn't take a big ol' bite out of this? Looks delish, man. Recommend. So like, let me go to the hot dog. Like, look at this selection, man. Do you avocado shrimp dog? Anybody? Anybody want an avocado shrimp dog? Cheese, Joe. This cheese tonkatsu dog. Holy, that looks so good. The one I had was the Wagyu Terrameo. Yeah, this is the one I had. And it was fucking good, man. Or was it? No, I think it was the Terrameo. I think I had the beef one. I don't think I had the Wagyu one. I think I had the all beef. But this one's so hard, man. This went so hard. I prefer my hot dogs plain. No! Okay, I used to be you. I can't blame you too much. Blue Cena, thank you for the 28 months, by the way. I can't blame you too much because, like, I also used to be a hot dog, like, plain guy, but the only condiment I still can't stomach on a hot dog nowadays is just relish. Give me a good mustard, ketchup, mayo. I can handle all that on a dog, but for some reason I can't stomach relish, man. But like all of these, man, I'd eat probably most of these. These all look good. These all look good. Only had concession stand ones. I mean, like your typical Schneider's hot dog is like probably not great. You probably, I think, would have to grow up on hot dogs to kind of like them. But like this, a high quality hot dog like this, I mean, I think anyone could enjoy this. But yeah, I had some japadog and that was really good. If you are in Canada and you happen to be near a location, I mean, you should definitely check it out. They look too busy. Leo, well, what's your favorite pasta dish? I'm trying to build a profile here. I'm trying to build a mental profile of what I'm dealing with here. Because if your answer is like, I don't like pastas, okay, well now I know who I'm dealing with. What is there to dislike about pasta? Wait, what? What is there? Huh? Okay, how can you? Yeah, okay. You have me more confused. What do you mean? Who doesn't like pasta? Like, wait, what? There's a reason I was thinking through foods that like everybody would like and would have a preference for. The only sauce I care for is plain tomato. Okay, see, this is what I mean. Lost cause, okay? If you only like plain tomato sauce and you think these hot dogs are quote-unquote too busy then like I can easily discard your opinion. We're good. I can leave it at the door and not listen to anything further because we're simply existing on different wavelengths. We're simply coming to the guy who likes mayo. Yeah, who likes mayo and tomato sauce and Alfredo sauce and a good rosé and a bolognese too, you know? Maybe, you know, some shrimp and some pasta too, like some tortellini. Yeah, man. It's the spice of life. Look, variety is the spice of life, you know? If you don't like, here's the thing, if you don't like mayo, I understand. Okay? I understand. I don't judge people for not liking like mayo. I get it. Okay? I'm not picky. I'll eat about any pasta. I just don't like many. Why is mayo? Dude, mayo is very divisive in this chat. I think mayo's just divisive, period. Which is why I understand when people say they don't like it. But like, I personally, I'm a mayo enjoyer, but it is very divisive. People love it or hate it, truly. Mayo over ketchup? I agree with you, but people aren't ready for the truth. We've gone down this road before. Also, Russell, wait. I think I have the highlighter on in this view. You said I look like I'm ready for an interview. I think I have the highlight message on, right? Okay, it's a little small right now, the message highlight. I can like, let me put it here. What? Okay, let me first of all stand up and show you the complete fit. And no, what are you talking about? What? How? Is this what you're wearing to an interview, Russell? This is not an interview fit. You look like a Pokemon trainer? See, I'll take that. Like, this is definitely not an interview fit, though. I'm not wearing this to an interview. Pokemon trainer I'll take, though. I see you as a cashier? What? This is not... What? This isn't a cashier fit either. What are you talking about, Russell? What are you on about? You're built like a cashier? Bro, what? Okay, Russell, how do you define, what does a cashier look like? Explain to me. What does a cashier look like? I don't know what the fuck you mean by that. Do I need to elaborate? Yes. Chat, does anyone in chat understand what Russell means by I look like a cashier? Because I don't. Like, cashier feels like the least typecastable job of all time. I feel like every time I see a cashier, they are completely different build every time. There's, like, what? What are you talking about? Customer service vibe? You know what? I'll take the approachable angle from that. I just used the self-check. Nobody asked, Miguel. Nobody asked if you used the self-checkout. But okay. Now, yeah, we do know now, Miguel, that you use the self-checkout. Not really build, but mannerisms. You look like you can serve a lot of customers. Is that a compliment? Man, you really look like you would meet your daily quota in sales. Damn, I mean, I'll take it as a compliment then. I'll take it as a goddamn compliment. I look friendly? You know what? I'll take it as you look friendly. You look friendly. The funny thing is, like, I hate customer service, man. I hate doing it. You look like someone I could ask, where is the cleaning supply? You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that, Russell? I have worked as a commercial cleaner, so you're not wrong. You're not completely wrong. I could tell you where the cleaning supplies are, but like, when I was doing cleaning jobs, I wasn't wearing this. Like, no way. I'd be wearing something way more comfortable. Like, this is like a, I don't know. This is summer vibes, man. Light open button up, white shirt, chain. Light blue jeans, like. This is just summer vibes, man. That's what I was going for, at least. The Spider-Man? Yeah, there is a Spider-Man hidden in here. I mean, this is a nice shirt, too. We can take it off. Is this customer service vibes, everybody? This is fan service, right? This I'll put it back on. Buff Pavis when? I need to work on it. I don't like lifting, is the problem. Like, lifting just doesn't... I don't know, man. Some people like lifting. I don't like lifting. So, I like running. I like biking. I like sports. Like, playing sports. But lifting, just like... man, just doesn't... There's no serotonin hit. Like, my brain doesn't activate. Playing badminton, though, serotonin hit. Hitting a PB on a run, serotonin hit. You a cyclist? What do you mean? I don't even have any bike gear. I just like biking, man. Like, I just go for bike rides. I don't have like the helmet and like the skin tight suit or anything. I don't go to the local velodrome, okay? I'm just biking around for fun, man. And it is fun. I love biking. Running is boring AF? It doesn't help that you hate buildings, Miguel, or you don't appreciate buildings. Because, like, I love running. I love running around my city and seeing places and seeing things and, you know, parks and urban spaces. I love it. The sun on my skin, the birds, some music in the ears, seeing the place and times in which I live. It's great. Are you really looking at a random ass office building like, oh? Well, here's the problem, Miguel. You live in New Jersey. So, I think that's actually the problem. Because I live in a very nice urban environment. Where it is, actually, the place I live in is quite pleasant to look at and be in. So, but if you're in New Jersey, then like I can't help you there. I can't. Like, what? Yeah, sure, you're right. Maybe there is just a random office building. You live in a city too? Yeah, Matt, I do. I live in Montreal and it's a beautiful city. I could just drive. we're not starting this again. We're not starting this again. Insane guy with the well, no. Insane guy, what do you know about Montreal? What do you know? What do you know to like about Montreal to say that it's not a great city or not a beautiful city? And we're not talking about the language. We're talking about the, you know, the urban form. It's a city and urban and building and roads and pollution and dirty. Okay, so you just hate all cities. So you think cities aren't beautiful by default. So like, then I can't even like what can I even argue against here? So like, yeah, well that I don't even need to listen to you. Look, you every city ever? Oh, y'all just we're not gonna get on this topic again, man. Look, Insane Guy's only frame of reference is Paris, and your guys' only frame of reference is the United States. Okay? So like, you just you're all lost causes in terms of your frames of reference. That's not true. Insane Guy, you've never been to Paris? What cities have you been to, Insane Guy, then? Let's go through the list. What cities have you been to? Boston clears any city in Canada? You know, I can fuck with Boston. I've been to Boston. Insane Guy, don't know. Insane Guy, by city I mean major cities. I don't want you to like triangulate your location with like minor French cities in the countryside, okay? Like Nantes and Strasbourg and Baden-Baden and the Welsh capital, which I can't remember the name of. I mean, I haven't been to Strasbourg, so I can't speak for Strasbourg. Or Baden-Baden, like... So maybe... What is the Welsh capital, by the way? I actually don't know that off the top of my head. I'm generally pretty good with geography, but... What is the Welsh capital? I don't know. Actually, I want to see... Let's see Strasbourg. I'm going to search up Strasbourg. What does Strasbourg look like? What is wrong with you people? I look up... Okay, everybody, look up Strasbourg and look at what this city looks like. And then, like... Insane Guy visits Strasbourg and is like... Dude, this place sucks. Look at that. Fuck Strasbourg. Like... Dude, imagine visiting this fucking city and being like, this place is fucking terrible. How? This is beautiful. What the fuck? Fucking what? Come to NYC? I have been to NYC. Or are you asking, that's the nice part's not reality? So this place doesn't exist. Is what you're telling me? I mean, here's an aerial view of the city. This place looks beautiful. This looks like a wonderful city. This looks like a wonderful, wonderful downtown core, urban, flourishing with culture, life, churches, bridges, great infrastructure. Like, this looks awesome. I would love to visit this city. Does Chick-fil-A exist in Canada? Yeah, it does. Dude, how can you look at this and be like, what? I visited this place, it fucking sucked. You're freezing and buffering? I think, Twilight, you're the only one with that much freezing, because you're the only person typing it that I see. It seems like everyone else is like, okay. You might need to refresh yourself, Twilight Sword, I don't know. But like, for example, let me find, like, this is something that, like, actually, I'm trying to get an image of, like, you know, the canal ways in Montreal, because I love biking along the canals here. I guess it's just me. It might be just you, Twilight Sword. There are a lot of cities that look good in pictures and are ass in purses. I don't deny that. I don't deny that. I really don't. So, like, let me switch back here. Like, this here's the... Actually, which canal is this? This is the, I think this is the Lachine Canal. And basically, you see this bike path running here? I love biking down this bike path. And, like, as you go along, actually, like, you get to go along this old urban... I think this is around, actually, like, oh my god, what's this market called? I think this is near Atwater. Where is this? This is Montreal. But all along this canal, basically, you have this kind of old industrial infrastructure that's been repurposed into new stuff, as well as some old stuff that's like heritage along the way. So like you have like the Fairy and Five Roses and some really interesting old, I mean, it's old abandoned buildings, but they're very picturesque and, you know, just taking them in as a form, I think they're nice. Alongside the greenery, well-maintained bike paths, like, yeah, great place to bike. You also have one second. This isn't pretty? How can an abandoned building be picturesque? You're not a building enjoyer, Miguelo. You can't understand. You will never understand. You will never be in this frame of mind where you can appreciate an urban form, even if it's not being currently used for anything. Abandoned is just a state of being. It's decrepit? Oh my god, dude. Okay, I'll get up the building I'm talking about. Because it's an iconic, like, Montreal staple. It should be knocked down. I mean, Montreal is redeveloping a lot of spaces. This area was like originally the port lands for the port of Montreal, which is its original purpose. But they have started doing stuff like this in terms of putting down some old sites to put up some housing. I'm not opposed to it. Like, come on. You're telling me, like... For the record, this sign flashes on and off. Like, it goes like... Even though, again, this isn't in use, but it flashes on and off throughout the night. You ride in when you come in on the train, you go by this building, fair and fried roses flashing. You can bike right underneath it and beside it. Like, damn. It's just like a... This is a picture taken from the port yards, so it's a little bit farther away, but you can generally like bike up almost right alongside this. And it's really nice. It's gonna fall on someone? No, it isn't. No, it isn't. But like, what I'm saying is, well, the point we're trying to circle around to here is that cities can have beautiful urban forms, good bike infrastructure, good pedestrian infrastructure that make them enjoyable to walk, bike, and be in. And I like doing that. Because originally this was a conversation about biking in the city. The truth is, Montreal has the bike infrastructure and the spaces for it to be nice to bike around. It's that easy. And therefore I enjoy it. I like to be around it. The noise and the dirtiness and the people and the pollution ruins it. Maybe for you, but not for me. And I mean, the noise in my neighborhood isn't bad. In fact, I'm the one making the noise. Oops. Yeah, neighbors would beg to differ on that one. Yeah, stream seems to be having some problems today. Spirited drive through the mountains clears a bike ride through a city any day. But can you drive through the mountains any day? Am I crazy? Because I can go through a bike ride in the city any day. Can you go through a spirited drive through the mountains any day? I don't think these are one-to-one comparisons, because I'm not going to necessarily disagree. A drive through the mountains is very beautiful. Of course you can drive through the mountains any day. I guess if I live near mountains, I guess. Yeah, just gonna drive through the Himalaya real quick. Yeah. That's the power of a car. Yes, the power of a car. Dude. Miguelo, I guess the Appalachian Mountains would be your closest. Do you drive through the Appalachian Mountains on a daily basis? Look, if you live near a mountain range, I'm not gonna say don't go for a drive through the mountains. More power to you that you have that at your disposal. I'm just not. It's just not something that's readily available to me. Bro, mountains aren't that limited. Elaborate. They're more than the obvious one. They're not rare. I am aware of the mountain ranges of the world, Miguel. That's why I literally said your nearest mountain range, like out loud. You want me to... I can go mountain range for mountain range with you any time of the day, Miguel, okay? We got the Andes, we got the Alps, we got the Rockies, we got the Appalachian, alright? We got the Himalaya, we got the Ural. Dude, I'll go mountain fucking for mountain for you, bub. Okay? I'll go mountain for mountain. I don't know the name off the top of my head, it's just a rock. Okay, so now it's just a rock. That's convenient. That's convenient. Now it's just a rock. Before, a beautiful item of which to partake and perceive with my eyes on a wonderful drive. Me, when I get called out, it's a rock. It's just a rock, dude. That's very convenient. Now it's just a rock. How did that happen? Anyways, we got in a bit in the weeds on the, you know, in the city, you know, in the city slicker talk. I only got to talk about like one food item. What else did I eat? That was delicioso. I'm trying to think. Yeah, we were talking about food. This is what happens with Yappers. We get derailed extremely easily. Magellan and Gain guy, yeah, insane guy. They do carry hard of just their fucking. They know just what to say. They know just what to say. I'll tell you that. I can't believe the Strasbourg thing. I still can't believe the Strasbourg thing, dude. Dude, the instant I saw one image of Strasbourg, I literally couldn't, like... I couldn't fucking take it. That's so funny. Anyways. We can talk about the mahjong, because here's the thing. I played mahjong twice in person. I played in person with some friends for the first time, and then I went to a mahjong club for the first time. And mahjong, you don't have to understand mahjong to engage with what I'm about to say, okay? Because the point I'm going to make is that it was a very humbling experience. Extremely humbling. Because until you play mahjong in person, you don't realize how much that the program does for you in terms of setup and gameplay. Because more than a lot of other board games, the online clients for mahjong do so much heavy lifting, man. So much heavy lifting. Because if you play mahjong in person, and we weren't using an auto table, there was one auto table that I did get to use, which was really cool. But you have to, like, there's so much table rules and etiquette and customs and, like, mannerisms and things that I had to learn on the spot that it made me realize it's good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to be humbled, because I came away from that experience really feeling like, wait, people play mahjong? Yeah, they do play mahjong. In fact, I am people. Because sometimes you realize, like, in order to get up to speed, you need help from other people. And, you know, by the end of the session or the first session playing with people, I felt I'd actually, like, learned stuff and connected with them. Like, it was really positive. Like, it was really funny because literally on the first hand, I declared a Ron, and I declared a winning hand on a hand that was not a winning hand. They put down the tile, I was like, Ron! And then I revealed it, and everyone at the table just looked at me like, where's the Yaku? And I was like, oh, yeah, where is the Yaku? Bro thought he had Tanya when he had a terminal in his hand. I can't. Dude, no Yaku, bro. I had no Yaku in the fucking hand. But because it was a casual game, it wasn't tournament. So, they were like, we played with club rules where it was like, basically, you just can't win that hand anymore. Like, you still play, but your goal is now just not to lose the hand. But it was, it was immediately embarrassing Like, literally the very first hand I fuck up and I declare Ron on a hand with no Yaku. Like, oh my god. Another thing is that in the clients for the characters that are the kanji characters, like, the clients put the numbers there. So, like, you know, for the other suits, it's obvious, right? It's five bamboo, so there's 5 bamboo on the tile. But for the characters, you need to know the kanji for 9, 8, 6, 7, 6. 1 through 5 I had memorized already, or were self-explanatory. But yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9 I didn't know. It isn't that many, but at the beginning of the game, I was spending so much time just focusing on making sure I had the right thing in my hand, and eventually I got it. But, like, again, another thing where, you know, you're learning on the spot. Another thing that kept happening, I kept bleeding my tiles to people. Like, at one point, I picked up a tile. I brought it to my hand, and then the guy to my left was like, nice tile. I was like, fuck. Shit. Because sometimes when you're playing mahjong, you have to reach, like, across the table to pick up your tile, and you have to bring it back. And I was just constantly bleeding my fucking tiles. And, like, look, it was a learning experience, for sure. Now, I also got blessed, though. I got mega blessed. I think in the first session I played, I think I got 4th at the table, so I didn't get killed, though. And then in the second game that I played, I won that game on the final hand. So I did win a game. Literally on the final hand of, like, one. I literally didn't win a single hand, and then I won the last hand and won the game for my second one. So there was some success, okay? I did win a game. But then I played again, and the people I was playing with the second time in the second mahjong meetup were way stronger. Like, way stronger. Like, you could just tell immediately, like, just by the way they're playing. Like, I was like, and I was getting rocked. But then I hit the forbidden art. Okay? I hit a Richi Ipatsu Sumo on, like, my second hand of that game. Like, and I was like, god damn. All right, you know what? I still got, I think, 3rd at that table at the end of that game, but I was just happy to win some hands, okay? But hitting a Richi Apatsumo, holy. No, that one was real, okay? That one was real. So then, that was a meetup with people I knew, you know. But then I went to a mahjong club where I think it was like there was like 20 people here at a board game cafe, and it was like everybody there for mahjong, like 4 or 5 tables going, and I got fucking destroyed. Like, you know what? When I was playing with some friends, and not the people I was playing with, even though they're my friends, like, I was doing well. Like, the friends I was playing with are actually really good. But when I went to this fucking mahjong club, I was getting my fucking clock cleaned, dude. Like, I was getting rocked hand after hand after hand, man. At one point, I asked the table, I'm like, so how long have you guys been playing? And then they looked at each other like, well, I moved here and we've been playing since then, so like 15 years. I was like, oh, yeah. 50, I just started I just started playing like 6 months ago. yeah, I yeah. And that little, you know, I got 4th at that table. Yeah, I got 4th at that table. It was not close. It was not fucking close. I didn't bust though. Okay. I think I ended that game with 1.8k points. Like, I barely lived, but I didn't die. And I think I got 4th at 2 tables, and then at like my last table I got 2nd. And I had a much better game for my last game, but I played 3 games there, 3 Hanchan, and it was a good time. It's a good time. I'd say playing in person though clears playing online. Like by a mile. Like, not close. Like, it's the difference between, I think, playing any game online or offline, you know? In person, like, you just get, like, even just holding the tiles. Like, mahjong is actually such a physical, tactile game. Like, where even picking up the tiles, putting down your tiles, like when you declare Richi, saying, like, pawn, or saying a Richi in person and putting your Richi stick in the table in person, like, the in-person experience and just the tactile feel of the game just adds so much to it. And then also being able to see people's expressions, like, for real, and not like just, you know, a robotic hand going like, putting stuff down like this on the client. Richi stick, it's what it is. It's your Richi stick, but how do you put a stick in the table? Basically, you have a bunch of sticks that have markings on them that represent your points, and, you know, you put down your 1,000 point stick when you declare Richi. So you put your stick on the table, not in the table, but on the table when you're making a bet for Richi. So it is the correct term. It is correct. But yes, I mean, mahjong. Look, I just recommend mahjong, man. Mahjong's fucking fun. Mahjong is fucking fun, man. And in person, it's even better. I was so happy with playing in person. It was really fun. It was really fun. There was a comment someone made that I wanted to follow up on. Oh yes, more in-person gaming. I played in a Rivals 2 tournament, and I cooked. Like, I actually cooked. In fact, I never want to hear shit talk from anyone in this, like, chat ever again about platform fighters, because I took a game off of Marlon. Okay. If you don't know, Marlon is like probably the consensus number 2, number 3 in Rivals 2 right now. You gotta set up who that is. That's literally number 3, number 2 worldwide in the whole game. Like, just period. Just like, period. Like, full stop. Okay? I mean, if you don't believe me, I can get the receipts, man. I can get I'd like, no way. Okay, nobody believes me. Nobody believes me that I took a game off Marlon. Nobody believes me. They were having an off day. Oh yeah, they were having an off day where they literally won the tournament, and literally where they in the process 2-0'd Rangunshu, who is also a top 5 player. Yeah, off day. Big off day. You dented the player who won? I was the only person who took a game off Marlon, other than Ragunchu. Like, keep in mind, I still got 7th at this tournament. When I lost to Marlon, I lost in losers as well. But if you don't believe me, I'm gonna get. I have the receipts right here, bud. How big is Rivals? I don't know how to quantify the size, but it's pretty active. Like, usually at like Smash Majors, you're getting a couple hundred entrants right now. Like most of them. Let me change this, or add a source here. I think it needs to be a window capture. Media. Yeah, there it is. Media, and then let me... I can make this bigger. The bitrate's not great on this video, but that's okay. Let me turn that off. It also doesn't have face cam. No, I didn't have face cam, unfortunately, but I was, I was popping off. Like, I was like, actually, when I won this game, keep in mind, I lost the set, just to be clear. I lost the set. Like, let me hit play on this. Again, there's no audio, unfortunately, and the bitrate on this video is not great, but if you can't tell, I'm Clarin. Marlon's playing Maple. Again, no audio, unfortunately. And this was IRL. No, this was IRL. This was in person. This was at a Rivals 2 bracket. And again, Marlon is seed 1 at this tournament. Top 8s regularly at Super Majors for this game. Like, consensus probably number 2 or 3 right now. How many characters Marlon play? A lot. Marlon's roster is huge. I mean, look, I got rinsed stock 1. Okay, I can't deny that. We're getting back into it. Keep the check chase going. I can't believe that didn't tip her in that case. That side B was actually just calling out movement there. That was not clean there. Again, I wish there was audio, but unfortunately there is not. Oh, dude, I can't believe that down smash whiffs. But I mean, that was just a tech read. Keep in mind, I'm behind in this game for quite a lot of it. Like, in fact, I think I lose my stock here really early off like a really bad trade. Like I had to fight for this win, is what I'm trying to say. Even one game I had to fight for. Like there, I didn't get that down there, unfortunately. That was a sick fall through. I die here. I don't even know what happened in this interaction. Like, how did I die here? Like, I back air, I forward air, and then that just kills me? I don't know. Why go for that? I thought I could continue this combo. Like, let me back up. Like, in this case, like back air, forward air, I can totally get something else here. But I apparently get clipped and get the reverse hit, and I get sent off stage. So yeah, look. Let's break down the situation, okay? Marlon's up, one of the best players in the world. 2-1, half a stock lead here. Like, I mean, it also gets worse, I think, here. Actually, no, I think I think I pick things up here. I do okay in this stock. Get caught out there. I don't think this kills. No, that all was super close though. I got really scared here that I was gonna die. I think Marlon, yeah, Marlon SD's here. Which, you know what? That whiff, that would have killed, by the way, if that hit. But at this point, I actually don't know how Marlon died here. Even still, Maple dying at 92 in this matchup isn't actually like that huge a deal, to be honest. Like, Maple dies at that percent in this matchup all the time, so here's where things really start cooking. Here's where things really start cooking. Let me back up a bit, because like, one off opponent SD. Hey man, a win's a win. I think you play against Marlon. I think if Marlon SD's 2 stocks, you don't take a game. So look at that tech read. Tried to go for that side B again, didn't work that time. And again, I'm still down here. I'm still down. And here's where things just start popping off. Like, really good sequence here that almost has the finisher. Like, oh man, this felt, when I hit this sequence, it felt so good. Like, starting about like here, once I spot dodge that down smash, like, look at the situation. 94 to 36. I wake up, bro. Hit that down air, tech read, up air, tech chase, up air, forward air. Tried to do a nair finisher and didn't work. And then look, dude, look at it now. That was like 60% of damage over there. I also shield this, and this doesn't tip her. How did this not tip her? So I'm like, fuck, okay. I read the high recovery. I read the recovery to the ledge. I don't get the strong hit. I try to parry a neutral. Now watch this. Back throw, wave dash away, down smash. Holy. Clean as fuck, dude. Like, right here, get the spot dodge. Get the back throw. And just destroy. I don't know. Just get owned. Now, what I won't show you is immediately the next game. This happened. This was disgusting. I mean, that was disgusting. Just true, like, look at this combo. Up air, I missed the tech, up air, up, nair, nair, forward air. Like, holy shit. But the other two games are kind of honest. Like, I think this one was 2 stocks. Yeah, I think this one was 2 stock. And I think the other one was 2 stock. But this one actually, this last game was actually, I did okay. Like, I had an okay run in this game, but I still lost. I couldn't get to the last stock on the final game. And I think I die, not there. I think I die here, yeah. Yeah, there I die. But still. I'm just saying. I got my game. Okay, I got my game. I think I finished 7th in this bracket in total. But look. There's also one read I got here. I think on... How many people? I think there was like 32 in this bracket in total. I think it's this interaction. Oh yeah, okay. Let me back up a bit. This interaction I felt really good about. I think Marlon drops down here. So here, dash dance, this down tilt. Here's the thing about people after getting hit by a tipper down tilt. They love to hold down on spot dodge. So what do? I run up, fade back to call out the spot dodge. Fade back tipper bear. Tipper down smash. I hit that, and I was like, I literally popped off for just hitting this. Because it was an insanely hard read in this interaction. Yeah, so like, I think, again, just back here, it was a tipper down tilt and then a spot dodge right here. Yeah, oh, dude. That felt so fucking good, dude. But yeah, I end up losing the set 3-1. But hey, a game's a game. And even still, like, people, you can say SD, and you're not wrong. But again, Maple losing a stock to Claren at 92 is kind of whatever. It's not like an SD at 0. Like, and even still, I was behind. Marlon almost won. But I still had to win the interactions to even get to that point to put myself in the winning position. So, very happy with that game. And even the set I was happy with. I think maybe the game 2 was rough, but, you know, that's how Rivals is sometimes. Especially when you're playing against a player as good as Marlon. Sometimes you get rocked. So, like, it happens. But yeah, I felt real good about that. And I think with Rivals, I'm going to keep going with it. Because I think with Rivals, I feel myself on the brink of making a breakthrough. There's still lots of parts of my game I need to polish, but like, the fact I can even put myself into a position to win a game on Marlon is a big confidence booster. But, I mean, look, I still need stuff I need to work on. For sure. But it feels good. It feels good because I've been putting effort into the game and it feels good for it to pay off. You're not going to see me win a major probably anytime soon. No. But, yeah, I'm going to take the game seriously going forward. Like, I'm going to keep plugging away. So, I mean, what else is there to talk about? That's a pretty good accounting of, like, a lot of stuff I did. I think in general, like, it was a very positive... Like, what? When was the last time I streamed? Like, 3 weeks ago? You should stream it? No. Look, if I stream Rivals, it would have to be with another person. Like what I did with Rangunshu. Like, it would have to be that, because if I just stream myself playing ranked... First of all, I get very angry playing online in Rivals 2. And 3, I lock in. And so I just don't talk. Like, I think what makes the stream entertaining or fun for people in this chat is that, you know, I'm talking, engaging with them, or in the case of chat plays, like, they have a lot of input of what's happening. But when it's me just playing Rivals, I'm locked in and angry. So, I don't think it'd be good stream material, again, unless I do what I did with Rangunshu of, like, you know, maybe some coaching sessions that are recorded, or just playing against Rangunshu where, you know, we can talk about it. Are you a smack talker when I play Rivals? When I play online, yeah. The things that come out of my mouth when I'm playing ranked, not to be... I would not say most of that in person, but in person, no way. I've been going to tournaments for long enough to know that, like, you know, I'll shit talk people that, like, I know and that I'm close with, but I'm not gonna shit talk some random person. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But playing online on ranked, yeah, I get very angry. In general, this is like a common thing that I think in general most people should strive for, but like in general, the quote unquote like, you know, being an asshole humor, you should really only do it with people you're familiar with. Like if you're engaging with people for the first time and you're defaulting to the being an asshole humor, because look, ribbing your friends and poking at your friends is fun. But like when you're just meeting somebody, and this is a big ick for me, is like somebody I don't know that well doing the shit talking humor like stuff, even if I know they're not serious, like it still is a big put off for me, is because like I'm not your buddy pal. Yeah, unless they're very funny. It is a charisma check, because you know what? Some people might be able to pull that off. If your charisma stat is maxed out, maybe you can get away with it, but most people do not have a maxed out charisma stat. So I just wouldn't recommend it for most people, period. You know? Better to put yourself down? No. I mean, self-deprecating humor is fine, but like, I feel like sometimes also the opposite is also like not good. Like you have to strike the happy medium. Yeah, because sometimes it has the opposite effect. Like sometimes the immediate put down is like immediate like also ick. Because, especially, yeah, with strangers too. Because here's the thing, if you're meeting someone for the first time and they're immediately self-deprecating, like, I don't know how to respond to you. Is a good way to put it. Because I don't know you like that. Also in that way. So I can't do that either. Now, you can be, like, self-deprecating in a extremely sarcastic way. Or extremely lighthearted and it can work. But, like, if you're immediately self-deprecating, like, it can also be, like, off-putting. If you're meeting someone for the first time. I mean, if you're not serious about it, then sure, yeah, if it's lighthearted. But sometimes, even with interactions, especially with people for the first time, people don't know what your sarcasm is or isn't, right? Like, so you could be saying something sarcastically, and the other person doesn't know you well enough to know what is or isn't sarcastic in your tone. And some people also have very dry sarcasm. And I think for me, I'm especially bad at reading dry sarcasm. Like, many times people have said stuff to me. And I've been like, wait, what? And they're like, oh no, I was sarcastic. I'm like, I had no idea. Yeah, it has to be extremely exaggerated. Some people think self-deprecation is a cheat code. I guess so. But like, look, when you're meeting people for the first time, you just have to strike a balance. Be yourself, but strike a balance, you know? If the other people don't get your sarcasm, maybe you shouldn't continue with them. Okay, but that's like a very narrow view. Like, just because someone immediately doesn't get my sarcasm doesn't mean they shouldn't be my friend. Like, what? I feel like that's a pretty big leap. Because you can come to understand somebody's sarcasm over time, but not immediately understanding someone's sarcasm tone. Like, no, that's no way that's an immediate, like, deal breaker. And I mean, look, we're all social connoisseurs here in this Fire Emblem chat, right? Of course. Of course. Look, we are the pinnacle. Alright? We are the pinnacle of social awareness and and aptitude. That is what the Fire Emblem community is known for. It's true, yeah, it's true. Also, I hate, dude, you did not change your name to Carnivore, dude. There's no way you actually switched your tag to Carnivore. That is so fucked up. I hate that. I fucking hate it. I despise it. That's terrible. I didn't notice until now. I don't get it. You don't want to get it, insane guy. You do not want to get it. You do not look up any of the words, or specifically do not look up the second word. I think y'all ideas self-deprecation is different than mine, TBH. Well, okay. Probably. Because, like, when I think of self-deprecating comments, like... trying to think of, like, an interaction where it's for the first time. Because it's so contextual what you would be self-deprecating about or not. But, like, I'm interested to know what your idea of it is. Yeah. Dude, fuck my Richie mahjong life, dude. Dude, red flag, dude. Okay, if I say fuck my Richie mahjong life, nobody's taking me seriously, right? Dude, fuck my Chungus life, dude. Fuck my Chungus life, man. Because that's my idea of, like, a type of comment that I would make, like, interacting with somebody, like, for the first time, maybe. But it's like comments like that that are super over the top, that I'd be, like, self-deprecating in that way. Fuck my ooh kawaii des life. True, man. Can't get a break in this sussy world, man. Can't get a fucking break. Red flags are the corniest, cringiest thing ever. I said it. Insane guy, you literally just said if somebody doesn't get your sense of sarcasm, maybe they shouldn't be your friend. That is literally a red flag. You literally just described a red flag. It's not, I just don't believe in forcing things. So you do believe in traits in other people that you shouldn't force to go around to be in friendships and relationships with, then, which are... those things would be called red flags. Okay, Leowell, I'm sorry, I have to clown you for this. I have to clown you for this. You simply must be clowned for this comment. Honestly, I'm pretty good at riffing with people. Some people set you up to knock them down. Other people swing for the fences. And you gotta throw them a strike. Dude. You simply have to be humbled for typing out that full paragraph. You simply have to be humbled. Dude, other people swing for the fences, you gotta throw them a strike. I'm sorry, you have to be taken down a peg for typing that out. Oh, you right, actually suck. No, now you're going the other way. You're going the other way. No, you're going to the self-deprecation now. No, pull it back, pull it back. You've swung all the way to the other side. No. I didn't say you had to be taking down all the pegs. I said you had to be taking down a single peg. Okay? Not all of them. I didn't say we have to turn the A plus into an F, bro. Okay, Miguel, can we all, like, sometimes in life you go bowling with friends, but some friends throw strikes and others throw gutters. But at the end of the day, it's all hockey when you get down to it. No. Sometimes in life, it's all hockey in the end. Dude, the fucking curveball at the end, man. I've been told my self-deprecation's a self-defense mechanism. Look, maybe I'm not gonna unpack that. That's for you and your therapist to break down, but I think it's good that you're at least aware of it in some way. But I don't mean to bully you too hard. I just think it's really funny that the example you gave is so, like, how do I describe it? People said it's very dad-coded. It's very dad-coded banter. Some people are swinging for the fences, you gotta throw them a strike. Sometimes mahjong, it's just like mahjong. Sometimes you Richipatsu. Sometimes you dude, I fucked it. You know what? Fuck my baka gaijin socializing life, dude. I fucking hate it here. I fucking hate it. My god, look, sometimes they flow and sometimes they don't, okay? They can't all be winners. Sometimes you swing and sometimes you miss. See, we can keep the baseball we can keep the baseball analogies going, man. Look, sometimes you steal second, sometimes you get thrown out, man. But at the end of the day, you gotta try to steal that base. Hey, look, sometimes you pop out, sometimes you ground out. But the thing that matters is you put the ball in play. Alright? And anything can happen when you put the ball in play. See, I can go baseball metaphor for baseball metaphor. Or it's not metaphor, or like I don't know what is this called? Allegory? I don't know what this category of thing is that we're doing here. In life, you feel like Wayne Gretzky, and sometimes I feel like LeBron, but really Chris Pratt. Wait, where did Chris Pratt come into play? An analogy? I guess it's an analogy. Dude, sometimes you're Babe Ruth, and sometimes you're Mendoza. All my Mendoza heads get that one. Alright? Sometimes you, sometimes you're below par, sometimes you're above par. But all that matters is that you're on the course, giving it your best swing. Some people are okay with being put down for comedy. Look, I stream on the internet. Half of my existence is being put down for comedy, okay? I had a whole fucking diss track written about me, okay? I've been there, man. Read social cues, don't put down people for no reason. Yeah, like, don't highlight someone's message on stream and then, like, make fun of them for what they type. Like, don't do that. I agree. That's Extremely uncalled for. Extremely uncalled for and very rude. So if you don't do that, then like you're good. I agree. You're in the good books. At the end of the day, we're all clowns. I do agree. Everybody is a degree of clown. You know, everybody is somewhere on the clown spectrum. Like it's unavoidable. In some areas of your life, like you're like at least one category you're a clown minimum. Like, what clown am I? I'm 0% clown. Everybody point and laugh. Everybody point and laugh at Miguel O. What do you mean? You're like clown maxing, dude. You're actually you're a clown maxer, Miguel. You just don't realize it. You think you're running the circus, but you're actually the star of the show. Okay? There's a reason like you get farmed for clips, okay? He's not a clown, he's a jester. I'm like a lion. Dude, you're not a lion, dude. See, calling yourself a lion is the most clown thing you could say in this analogy. In this comparison. It's literally calling yourself the lion is the clownest thing to say. You literally are clown maxing. You're literally clown maxing. Bro, I'm like totally the lion, dude. What do you mean? I'm the fucking king of the fucking Sahara, dude. Not the Sahara. The Sahara? The savannah, dude. Look, they sound similar, okay? Sahara and savannah, and they're on the same fucking continent, okay? Dude, the baboon, dude, crispy, bringing out the baboon climbs the tree and thinks himself tall. Holy. Miguel O, you just got fucking destroyed by Crispy. Holy shit. Holy fuck. I couldn't have, I would never say that, Miguel. Okay, I would never say that. That is fucking crazy. Holy. Look, ultimately in the grand scheme of things, I am the biggest clown of them all, okay? Alright? You have to be a certain type of clown to turn on a camera and like start streaming to like random strangers and talk about like random shit, okay? This is the circus, and I won't deny I'm the clown, man. I'm the clown. I don't think you're a clown, Miguel. The others just don't see it like it is. How is it, insane guy? How is it? I'd love to know. How is it? What is the reality? Chief Clown? Yes, I am the Chief Clown. I mean, look, there's clown variants, but I don't know what one I would be. The reality is one where I'm no clown. Dude. I'm sure there's a very clever way to say that people who think they're not clowns are the biggest clowns of all. I'm sure there's a way. There's a turn of phrase for sure. The fool thinks he's smart and the smart knows he's a fool. Like, there's gotta be a quote, something like that. Like, that's a quote, right? Like, some guy in the 1800s has a quote about this. I swear to God. Or, like, every culture on Earth has to have a turn of phrase about this. I think Miguel is goated because he views life in such a specific way. Okay, so you hate clowns. So you think clowns aren't goated? I see. So clowns aren't goated. Clowns can't be goated? Damn. I can't believe you hate clowns, insane guy. It's actually so disappointing. I don't think clowns are goated. Well, you're wrong. You're wrong. What about it? What even is this tangent? Dude, insane guy says clowns are not goated. Agree or disagree? Clown guy, so true. So true. Clowns scare children, how can they be goated? I think that's what makes them goated, actually. I think that's one of their core contributions to society, is humbling children. Maybe we should get rid of all the clowns. Dude, insane guy is preaching clownicide in this chat? I can't, dude. Bro's really preaching clownicide. We need to cancel him, dude. He wants to eradicate all clowns. He's got clown cleansing. Dude, clown phobia on the TL, dude. That's just uncalled for, insane guy. That's just uncalled for. Are people getting the buffer again? For city folks. Let me know when we're back. Are we back? Are we back? Is it still buffering? I think we're back. Pavis, did you enjoy Yapped? Yeah, of course I enjoy Yapped. Of course. I do think though, like this Yapped stream is probably a one-off in the sense that I feel like I really do need a guiding activity or something. I think just because I've been gone for 3 weeks, I have a lot to talk about, so I figured I'd just do it now. Why? I like talking with chat. Like, what do you mean why? I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. Being able to share things going on in my life and talking with chat is fun. I don't know. Getting perspectives I would never ever get in my daily life ever. Pretty sick. Having dumbass arguments about a lot of random shit that is inconsequential, also great. I find these things fascinating. You do know that like just chatting is the biggest category on Twitch? Like, are you aware, Leo? Like, it is literally the biggest like, if you go to Twitch right now, there's more people or more streamers who are just talking than they are playing video games. Like, maybe, yeah, it's a phenomenon sweeping the globe, man. Being the center of attention. Look, I won't lie. Being the center of attention does fucking rule, dude. I mean, look, you gotta stream for a reason. You gotta enjoy some part of it, okay? But it is true, being the center of attention for like 35, I guess, in this case, how many people in chat right now? Like 35 people about? Yeah, it's nice. I'm not gonna deny it. If I denied it, I'd be dishonest. I get bothered when people remember not. What? Okay, I've never heard of someone being bothered that someone remembers their name. What? That's I've never heard of anyone saying that. That's like the first. This again, why I love this. I've never heard someone say that before. It makes me feel like I stand out. I don't like that. I think here's the thing, Well, and I mean this. I don't mean this to say like to make fun of you. I mean this to put things in perspective of the world. But like everybody remembers names. Like everybody. If someone remembers my name but not others, that's also normal. Like, yeah, it's not that deep. It's really not that deep. Because like even now I'm thinking back to like people I met at the mahjong club, and I remember I probably met 8 people, and I remember like probably 3 or 4 names, and it has nothing to do with like anything related to those people as people, like at all. Like some of the names were just more memorable in my head than other names. And then like there's some people who I got along well with, but I don't remember their name. Like yeah, look, it's not that deep. What I'm trying to say, it's not that deep. I'm not saying that like don't feel the way you feel, but like from another person's perspective who remembered your name, most likely there's nothing like deep to it. Like it's kind of the thing where some people don't like their birthday, right? Like they don't like the attention that comes with having a birthday, where like all of a sudden it's their birthday and everyone tells them like happy birthday, like it's your birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Like some people hate that, and that I get. That like that type of attention I can understand not liking. I mean, in general, when it comes to that's just aging. No, I don't think so. Like I mentioned that example, but I do like my birthday. Like. But I know people in my life who don't like their birthday. Like, I know that. But like that's the type of thing where I can relate to that feeling, you know? Miguel, would you consider yourself a pragmatist? Miguel, I'm going to answer for Miguel. Miguel definitely considers himself a pragmatist, okay? I don't even need to wait for Miguel to answer this. Yes. Miguel is definitely... Yeah, see... Was I right or was I right? Was I right or was I right? Of course Miguel thinks he's a pragmatist. Bro thinks buildings aren't beautiful because they don't quote-unquote do anything. Like, he actually, like... Of course Miguel thinks he's a pragmatist. Like, it's actually, like, I didn't even need to wait for the answer, man. It's like... He's like the definition of somebody who would self-perceive themselves that way. What is a pragmatist? It's somebody who considers their perspectives to be very, like, pragmatic. And pragmatic meaning, like, practical, realist, grounded in, logical thinking, like... Utilitarian? Okay, utilitarian comes with a lot of baggage, though. Utility and logic before all? Yeah, I'd say that's probably it. Or that gets you in the ballpark, at least. So he's just base is what I'm hearing? Okay, do we want to get into this? Crispy said what I won't dare say out loud. Okay, Crispy's been typing out exactly what I am not going to say. Crispy's been dropping truth bombs all stream, okay? Like, unironically, been dropping truth bombs, but like, I'm gonna leave the words coming out of Crispy's mouth, alright? I will say, I probably in high school would have considered myself or identified with that label in some way. But honestly, I discovered, like, connecting with emotional decisions is actually ultimately a pretty positive thing. Not in all circumstances, but being connected to that part of yourself and letting it, and not having every input-output be, like, quantified and, like, you emotionally... See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, see, Miguel O, I was you in high school. I would have said the same thing. Like, but you come to realize that, like, the less emotionally decisions, the better life gets. Oh my god, dude. This is what I mean. This is what This is what pragmatists say on the daily, bro. This is what pragmatists say on the daily. I'm not saying emotional decisions are always good. That's definitely not the case. There's definitely emotional decisions that are, like, objectively terrible. But, like, there's definitely decisions where emotion should definitely weigh into the equation. Dude, Insane Guy and Miguel O are gonna fight? Fight. Dude, Insane Guy is all emotion first. Miguel O is all fucking practical and pragmatism. Dude, fight! Let's go. They're literally polar opposites. They're finally not gonna be glazing each other non-stop. They're... Go off. Do battle. Do battle, my friends. Do battle. May the better fighter win. Anyone taking bets who's gonna win the debate? Actually, this will be the presidential debates. We need to... All of them in the future need to be canceled. Okay? I won't say emotions aren't part of my decisions. My emotions are now just satisfied by practical decision making. Fair enough. I think that is the fairest, I guess, thing to say. But Insane Guy's got a counterpunch here. I mean, it's like everything is based on emotions, and the goal of life is to be happy and satisfied. So going with your emotions seems more intelligent to me. Yes. Oh, another... dude, they're going bar for bar. They're going bar for... Oh, shit. Insane Guy... I'll say, out of the two POVs, I think... You know, both can be valid. Okay, both can be valid. Because I think I understand where Miguel's coming from of... Oh, no. Buffering's back. Uh-oh. Yeah, for me, I actually don't have a problem with the pragmatist lifestyle because it looks like Miguel O's done the work already and just like come to the conclusion that that's the best way for them to live their life, and that's fine. It's exactly Like when Miguel O typed out "ew emotional decisions" and the less emotionally you make decisions, the better your life gets as a statement of fact. The thing is, pragmatists and people like this cannot help themselves but to shit on people who live their lives in other ways than the practical way, and it's so fucking annoying. All right, that's because I don't got no beef with making decisions that satisfy your life in the way that it satisfies your life. I won't shit on anyone for feeling fulfilled. You literally said an absolute in this chat. You literally absolutely said. You literally typed an absolute. I'm just saying, maybe think more too. You said you emotional decision makings, and if you take out emotions, you will make better decisions. Like what? It's you're changing your tune here, buddy. You're changing your tune. Keep in mind, my POV on this, it's just advice. It's not. Like, okay, let me repeat the sentence that Miguel said, and tell me if you read this as advice or an absolute. The less emotionally you make decisions, the better your life gets. Is that advice, or is that just an absolute statement? That is just that. Preceded by ew emotional decisions being the lead up context. Is that advice? That's advice. Okay, great. Okay, you're clarifying yourself now that it's advice, but that is definitely not advice, Miguel. Insane guy going with another punch. Emotions are fundamentally not logical and rational, so I don't see how pragmatic lifestyle will get you emotional peace. It's also a fact, but should be taken as advice. So it's not. So okay, no, it's not a fact, dude. Get over yourself, Miguel. It's not a fucking fact. You know what? It's a truth for you. It's your truth. It is no one else's truth. It could be someone else's truth. But it's not an absolute, like, their truth. Like, it's not a fact. I won't deny it is your truth. And I'm not saying to not live by your truth. But to say it's just a fact? Individual truth, it's grasping at straws? No. What? Saying that each person has their own truths in terms of lifestyles that work for them in terms of their emotional satisfaction and well-being? That's grasping at straws? Excuse me? That's just having a well-rounded worldview that doesn't deal in absolutes, like you folk do. What? It is a fact. It's not. It's not a fact, Miguel. It's not a fucking fact. It's not a fucking fact. Oh my god. We can't, the pragmatism, man. I can't, this is what I mean. I can't reach them. They're They're too lost in the logical sauce, man. They're too lost in the sauce. How's there any controversy to I thought about the decision more and it was better? That's not what you fucking said. I'll repeat the statement. The less emotionally you make decisions, the better your life gets. That is the statement. That is the statement. The statement is not the more you think about decisions. I thought about a decision more and it was better. That's not the... Emotions go away when you think longer? What? What? I need to go think for a long time ago. Clearly. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. This is known. This is known. This is known, folks. This is known. This is known. Yeah, this is... Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Here, let me try to find common ground. Let me find common ground with what I think the point is trying to be made here, okay? Thinking about decisions that are important in your life, you should spend adequate time thinking about those. True. I agree. We agree on that, sure. Discounting and ignoring your emotions and the way you feel emotionally about a situation entirely, for some people, is not the right approach and will result in outcomes where they are not happy. Sometimes the rational, logical decision is not the right decision for a person, and sometimes the emotional decision, in terms of what they can live with and be satisfied with and be happy with, is the better one. That's the I guess, balanced, nuanced view, and that balance... No, you just convince yourself the outcome is better and your emotions will shift to accept that. You are fucking lost, Miguel. You are lost. Your emotions don't shift and your reason was probably wrong. You think the life is a math equation. You think life's a math equation. You think that you can solve for X every single fucking time and get it right. Like, you, oh my god. Oh my god, dude. See, dude, the Yapped is a public service, okay? Yapped is a public service. I would never get in a conversation like this anywhere else in my life, but you know what? The world has worked out in a way that me and Miguel are together, me on stream, him in the chat, really just connecting as people, really just hashing it out, you know? Example, if you have to convince yourself to take a higher paying job but you can't bring yourself to like it, you incorrectly evaluated the compensating differential of the job's desirability. No, you're wrong, Miguel. You're wrong. Giant incorrect buzzer. Massive giant incorrect buzzer. That's economics straight from the textbook. Yeah. Giant incorrect buzzer. Yes. Live my life according to economics textbooks. Yep. That's the way to lead a happy life. Econ textbooks. Look. I don't want to say it, but yeah. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. You know when I think about a really happy people? People in finance. No, okay. Counterpoint. In terms of outcomes. Okay, let's talk about money. Let's talk about finance, not econ. I know it was a joke, okay? I'm gonna get to your actual point here now, okay? True, there is a money to happiness threshold in being able to provide and take care of basic needs. Okay? That's true. Especially in the United States. Alright? Truth. There is diminishing returns on said happiness and said happiness outcomes past a certain threshold. I forget what the threshold is in the studies that were done on this. You'll have to forgive me. But to a certain point, economic and ability to take care of your basic needs as well as your hobbies, past a certain point, diminishing returns on happiness. And like, if you're structuring your life around money, min-maxing every single point of the way, apparently it was debunked somewhat recently. Was it? There's a crazy gamer thinking Miguel said something about it and it happened. Another Miguel. Dude, Miguel crash outs are a regular occurrence. New stream idea. Chat solves happiness. True. Yeah. No one's actually happy. They're faking it or delulu. What is wrong with this chat? Change my mind? What? Your mind is fucked. Sorry. I can't change it. Go to therapy. Maybe they can help you change your mind. But yeah, you need a lot of unpacking for that one. Have therapy. This paper. We got the DOI ePDF. Okay, let's look. What is this? Income and Emotional Well-Being. Publication. A Conflict Resolved. This is a big paper. Or not too big. This is the abstract now. Including remarks. An impression would be No, there's the receipts. I'm reading right now. The close correspondence we find between KD and MK studies is better result than social science theories expect, even when their outputs are correct. Actually, this is a lot to unpack. Results. Because they have experienced well-being, slope, the income, positive effect, not blue. I'll have to read this. I'll have to read this properly because I'm genuinely interested actually in this. I think it'd be interesting. Because it's like, I do think men will say buck wild things in a YouTuber's live stream before going to therapy. Very true. Very true. It's not as dramatic. Okay, not as dramatic, but there still is a leveling off effect. Sounds fair, though. I mean, still levels off. It's still diminishing returns. To some extent, sure. Okay, yeah. We're on the same page, then. Not as pronounced as before. Diminishing returns. I know. I will read that paper, for sure. You get happier with more money? Fair enough. Still, if you build your whole life, let's go back to the original example of the money thing. Or your money example of a job I would hate but I'd make more money. Because thinking 40 hours a day, 8 hours, if half of my waking life is spent doing something I hate, that I despise, like, how is that a more positive outcome for me as a person? Where even if I made less money, in terms of my daily state of being more positive, even with slightly less money, like, if you hate it, the compensating differential is likely very negative and large. Okay. Because there's a lot of reasons a person would make that decision. You need to subtract a large sum for the salary to handle how much you hate it. Make more money equals pay more tax. What's going on here? Yeah, lottery. Yeah, just win the lottery, forehead. Actually true. Look, I'll say this, because we've been talking about it for a while now, and I will look into the paper you sent. But if you think that you have solved life, that you have solved the way and the method to live a life, and that everybody else should just do what you do and they'd be happy, you're delusional. Period. Stop. Like, just period, stop, full statement, that's an absolute. There you go. That's my final perspective, quote / truth nuke. And Miguelo, yeah, you say you don't think that, that's fair. That's just my cap on this discussion as a takeaway. Because I don't think we'd have to talk about this for a lot longer, and it's tough in a stream chat back and forth to actually arrive at a unified conclusion and discourse. But if there's a takeaway from this discussion, I think it should be that. Like, there's no one size fits all way of living for everybody. We need to get Galen VC? No, we don't. Not right now, at least. I'd want to talk about something like more lighthearted than like happiness. Like, if he wants to argue about something like stupid, we can do that. But I'm not fucking bringing Miguel and McCall to debate like how to live a happy, fulfilled life. Like, I'm not doing that. In fact, Russell asked a great question, though, of how I like my steak, and I gotta go with a medium rare. Alright? That's a much more pressing issue here. Much more pressing. I'm a medium rare guy. Once you get to well done, it's over. Well done, it's over, bro. Like, you lost me, man. Your eggs? I don't have one preferred way. I like a variety of things, you know? It's especially with the egg, man. When I grow the beard, when was the last highlight that went up? Because it was then, like, late October. I had it for 6 months now. But like, dude, I love egg in almost every form, dude. Like, I love scrambled eggs, over easy, fried. I can even a hard-boiled egg. I can fuck with it. You like egg white? It's delicious. Egg. See, this is the real issues. Okay, Miguelo, maybe we do need to open the VC, because I'll argue with you about fucking eggs. This matters way more than anything else we talked about earlier. The fuck you mean eggs suck? What do you mean? What are you doing to your fucking eggs to make them taste bad? There's ban Miguel. I mean, then I'd run out of content. Then I would. If I ban Miguel, show's over, folks. Hard-boiled eggs are the worst thing on the planet. No, I can think of a lot worse than hard-boiled eggs. Look, I'm not saying hard-boiled eggs are my go either. In terms of like ways I like an egg, it's probably like a C or a B. You gotta season them to make them taste like anything? What are you guys... How are you cooking your eggs, man? How are you cooking your eggs? Dude, eggs are so tasty. They are so fucking tasty. Submit your best egg. Dude, eggs are my go. They're objectively bad food. This is your go? This is your guy. This is your go, everybody. This is your go. Eggs are objectively bad food. This is your go. This is the guy you're listening to live a happy life. The guy who says eggs are an objectively bad food. This is your guy. He's telling you not. Oh man. This is your guy. This is your guy. Only recently did some physicists in Italy figure out how to cook eggs properly. What a fucking sentence. What a fucking sentence. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god. Die. Wow. Miguelo, you need to stream. You need to stream. You need to put your opinions out into the world. Like, cause people need to hear your perspective. What do you mean the physicists finally figured out how to make eggs a good food? What do you mean? Nope, not the cooks. Nope, not the chefs. It was the physicists. It was the physicists. They solved eggs. They solved eggs, folks. Only recently did astrophysicists learn that subbing to Pavis Productions increases dopamine, and it actually is a net positive for society. Did you know that? Sociologists also got in on this action too, and they discovered the same thing. It's objectively proven to raise happiness. Did you know that? Like Russell, you just got a gifty. How happy are you right now? How much did your happiness level increase? after getting that gifted membership. Okay, Russell, I'm so happy. See, look at the outcomes. Look at the empirical data. This is a paper too. It was in Nature. What? Do I want to click on the article that says physicists discovered how to make eggs good? Do I? What the fuck am I looking at? I'm sorry. I need to share this. I need to share what is on my fucking screen. What the fuck am I looking at? What the fuck am I looking at? Ah, yes. Yes. I see. It's all very clear now. I now realize eggs actually fucking suck. Yes. I realize. Do you ever think in the pursuit of perfection, you actually find the opposite? Because this is this in a nutshell. People think you need to cook an egg perfectly, like to the molecule, for it to taste good, when cooking is all about the rough edges, the whimsies, the stylistic choices, the flavor profiles, the combinations. But no, instead we have a temperature K graph of an abdomen to the yolk, and how to perfectly cook an egg on the molecular level. What are we doing? What are we doing, man? Look, I'm not even saying gastronomy isn't a thing. It is a thing. But like, to link this paper, and then to say, actually, if you don't cook eggs in this very specific way, they're not a good food. Dude, I can't get over this fucking graph. Look at this fucking graph. I can't. Look at this fucking graph, dude. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is awesome. You know what? I'm sure I'm gonna put this in my bookmarks. I'm sure this is actually a really interesting paper. Miguel O has twisted it though to be that if you don't cook eggs this way, they suck. Yeah, it's a good graphic. It's cool. I'm down for the egg science, man. I'm down. Eggs, I can't, man. That's funny. Yeah, Miguelo, have you tasted these eggs? Have you tasted the ice bath eggs? Have you tasted them? Nope. Oh, dude, I love Miguelo, dude. I fucking love Miguelo. Eggs suck if they're not made this way. By the way, I have not had them made this way. Oh, you're a national treasure. You're a national treasure, Miguelo. He does not like them. Dude, green eggs and a ham. Miguelo does not like them. Dude, that's so fucking funny. Cool paper, though. Cool paper. I feel bad for Miguel. Their arguments have been misconstrued due to the nature of chat streamer interactions. Miguelo, have I misconstrued your point on eggs? Happiness, I can take it. Have I misconstrued your point on eggs? Or did I have it 1-to-1? Your take on eggs is eggs suck, and if they're not cooked this way, this specific way, which you haven't tasted. So, nope, pretty accurate. Well, you heard it here, folks. I think I completely understood Miguel's point and didn't misrepresent it, so I think we're in the clear on that one. Maybe earlier I'll take an L, but I think on the eggs I got it pretty right. He does not like them on a stream. He does not like them boiled or steamed. I fucking can't, dude. Oh my god. This is why Yap is his peak, bro. Where else are you getting the hard-hitting conversations like this, man? They are crap if not cooked properly, and this is the only way. Miguelo, do you like chicken tenders? And if so, how do you prepare them? I'm wondering. I don't make chicken tenders myself. Okay. What do you make yourself? Oh yeah, coffee. You make coffee. Dude, your profile checks. Dude, your mental... I'm sorry, my mental image of you is so funny. I only make Korean fried chicken. That's only? Like, exclusively? Or is that the only chicken dish you make? Or is that the only dish you make, period? Like, is that it? No, you make other food, okay. Do you do them according to the scientific method? I do, actually. Well, dude, it makes so much sense that you're a coffee guy. Holy shit. Oh my god. It makes so much sense you're a coffee guy. Dude, I can't get the egg chart out of my head. I can't get the fucking egg chart out of my head. Yeah, where is the Korean fried chicken paper? I need the scientific paper of how I should do my Korean fried chicken. Is there like a... Can I get the, you know, the abstract? Coffee? I know there's coffee papers, because people who drink coffee and are into it are all fucking nerds. So like I know there's coffee papers, dude. I want to know the Korean fried chicken papers. That's what I want. I said Joe just ain't that good at home. You know what, maybe I take it back. Out of the nerds to be, I think Coffee Nerd is actually probably one of the cooler things to be a nerd about. Cause you're right. Like, in terms of the nerd hierarchy, like, gamers are the bottom, man. Gamers are the bottom of the totem pole. So like, in terms of the company I keep in terms of nerds, you know what, I'll give it to Coffee Nerds. They're higher up on the food chain. I do want the Korean fried chicken paper, man. I do want it. Well, I think we're approaching 11. 11 will probably be my cutoff. The Panama Papers? Yes. The Panama Papers. They're actually about incredible Latin American cooking. That's actually what the Panama Papers were about. Reddit recap? Has people been posting on the Reddit? Okay, there are some posts on the Reddit. There's one. What is this post? Sorry, I will look at this one post. What is this? Speed running logical fallacies while fighting with my girlfriend. Ad hominem, appeal to authority, appeal to ignorance, appeal to emotion, bandwagon, begging the question, cherry picking. Why am I transposed onto this? And no, this did not happen to the stall girl. What do you mean? Look. When I go on dates, I'm not immediately talking about pragmatism versus emotional living and the meaning of happiness. I'm talking about like video games. Dude, for first date, that's pretty heavy. The meaning of happiness on the first date, pretty heavy. Talking about maybe lifestyles and lifestyle choices, like maybe that'll come up, but never like a philosophical debate off day one, like off the rip. I mean, you ultimately do need to see if like that's close to a date I had. Miguelo, you're not you're not saying you're unironically this meme. Not this meme, precisely. Nope, you're the meme. No. You had to say precisely. You're definitely this fucking meme, dude. The fact you could not refute it outright and had to say precisely is very damning. Very damning. It worked, didn't it? You're in a relationship, question mark? Does your girlfriend like eggs? Sorry, I'm assuming. Does your partner like eggs? You said it worked. Are you married? Wait. Yes and no. Okay. I'm sorry, chat. You officially do not have a girlfriend, and Miguelo does. Don't ask me about my relationship status, by the way. Not married in a relationship. Okay. It worked. Was the one you committed these fallacies on the one that led into this? Like, was the fallacy date you're referring to? Is it the one that led to the person you're with? Sorry, I'm very curious. You do not have to answer these questions, Miguel. I'm very curious. We did not discuss fallacies, we had philosophical discussions. But yes. Okay, so they were on the same wavelength then. Does she also like economics textbooks? That's very important. Does she also read economics textbooks? Does she read egg papers? Very important. Oh, no. Damn it. Economics is unironically really cool. I mean, we just nominated or made a we just made an economist our prime minister, so I guess we're on the same wavelength in that way. Dude, Russell, is she free this Wednesday? What the fuck, Russell? Huh? I don't... Russell, I'm not saying you don't have a shot, but you don't have a shot. The egg papers, man, the egg papers. No, Russell, you can't pivot away from that one. They call me Rizzle? No, they don't. Nobody calls you that. No, they don't. No. Dude, they call me Rizvis, dude. They call me Rizvis. Dim sum Riz? So true. But no stealing people's girls or partners in this chat, okay? Not allowed. Miguel with the Wonka W. No, Russell, you drop this now. You don't DM Miguel. You drop this now and you never speak of it again. That is what you do. Okay, capiche? The first wedding between people who met in Pav chat? I don't think, to my awareness, I don't think anyone's met in this chat. I know it happens in some Twitch chats that I've heard of, but like, to my understanding, I don't think it's happened. But then again, I only lurk sometimes in the Discord, but I did. Insane guys, you did not meet your true love in this chat. Nobu? Insane girl? Yeah, where is insane girl? Bro, I need the insane girl to my insane guy. Russell, one more, you get timed out. All right, drop the bit. Drop the bit. That's your final warning to drop the bit. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I would not date any of you. I mean, look, Kevin, you're not wrong. This is a Fire Emblem chat, okay? Just by the demographics of a Fire Emblem chat alone, it's probably the right call. Okay. I honestly respect. There goes my shot. Yeah, fuck. Shit. Fire Emblem fans tend to be cool. What's our metric for cool? What's our metric for cool? As in nice to be. As in nice to be. Okay, Nice to be around. Better. That's more of a statement that I can at least somewhat agree with. Cool. Okay, I understand the context in which you're using cool now. Okay, I understand the context. I thought you meant cool as in like with the whole population of the world as your metric. Because even in terms of video game fandoms, I think Fire Emblem is not in the top echelon of coolness. Although, like, what video game fan base is the coolest? Like, in terms of, like, reputation-wise. I don't even know. Or maybe it's just a losing battle from the start. Overwatch? No. Fucking no. Tetris? Wii Sports. StarCraft? I guess StarCraft, at least for pro players, you have to like, StarCraft players have kind of like pretty high rep. Puyo Puyo, Just Dance. Okay, Just Dance, kind of based. Guitar Hero, kind of based. We sports fans include the nicest grandmas and the absolute worst jerkwads. Dude, which Wii sports fan hurt you, LAOL? Which Wii sports fan, like, which one came after you? What the fuck? Jerkwad? Dude, okay, all right. I don't think, dude, a jerkwad Wii sports fan is such a funny sentence. DDR is fun, but I don't know if the community is cool per se. At least DDR, you get exercise. That's more than you can say for most. Like, I will say, look, the Fire Emblem community in general is like, I think the main means in which I engage with it is just my channel. I'm not really active in any spaces outside of stuff related to my channel, so... Mainly because, yeah, FE fans are debate lords, man. At least in the Discords, man. In the Discords, FE fans cannot help arguing, man. And it's tiring. Even not on Discords, even on all social media, they just can't stop, man. And as a result, like, most of the stuff to engage with is, like, more annoying than it is fun. Things were worse in the Fates Awakening era. They're kind of worse in a different way now with Three Houses, though. But, like, different way. Do we have any Serena's Forest heads in this chat? Because that was where real shit went down. Okay? Serena's Forest was where that's where the fucking... Look, you sit at the kids' table at Fire Emblem Amino, and then the real adults have a conversation on Serena's Forest, okay? That's too old head? It's still running. That form is still up, I think. Dude, Fire Emblem Amino. Fire Emblem Amino. That shit was so fucking funny. Serena's Forest is still a good resource, but in terms of like forum discussion, no, not anymore. Not anymore. Serene's Forest, Serena's, I don't know how to say it. I say Serena's, but Serene's Forest I think might be, I don't know. Miguelo, thank you for saying it's Serena's. Serenas? I love how Miguelo just said, like, it's Serenas, but no pronunciation attached. Serenas? He just said it's Serenas. Like, he just typed it out. With no pronunciation. As opposed to Serenes. Okay. It was clear? Okay, it was not clear. Asking, how do I pronounce Serenas, and then just typing out Serenas is not clear, dude. Not a Tellius head? You need to get on that. We're getting into Fire Emblem discourse now, but Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn, kind of peak. Kind of peak Fire Emblem, man. In my opinion. I love the Tellius games. How can you be so bold? I feel like it's a pretty cold take. Like, I don't know. What is the consensus best Fire Emblem game right now? I don't know. FE4? I guess 4. 3 houses? I don't know. Three houses? Look, we're not... It's fine. It's fine. We're not actually going to talk about 3 houses, dude. I'm just asking about what the consensus best game is. And I just don't know, because I just don't engage anyone. Oh yeah, speaking of which. Anime North heads. People going to l'Anime du Nord. Okay? There will be a panel. And I will be hosting it. I just said I don't engage with the fandom, but I am hosting the Fire Emblem panel again. It'll be on May 24th at 6 p.m. in the gaming hall in the North Building. Can I fly you out? No. I cannot fly you out in Sengai. So, if you are going to Anime North, is there going to be Jeopardy? No, there won't be Jeopardy. Dude, the Jeopardy was so funny. Did they ever tell the story of Jeopardy at Anime North last year? Did I ever tell that story? No. Dude, I have so many Anime North stories, actually. Okay, I've got two Anime North stories I want to tell. 2 of them. I'll start with this will be the last stories of the night, and then I'll call it. Because we're at 3 hours about? We're creeping up on 3 hours. We didn't even talk about Mark Carney. Hey, we'll get it. We can do that next year. Okay, actually, let me ask. What do you guys want to hear first? Fire Emblem Jeopardy or the Trigun panel from Hell? Both are both are peak. Also, I need to get some water. Again, I haven't done streaming for 3 weeks, so my voice is not ready to stream. Jeopardy, panel, Jeopardy. Trigun. Trigun's got... I'll tell the... Okay, you know what? I'll tell the Jeopardy story first because it's fresh on my mind because it was just mentioned. What even is Trigun? It's Peem. You haven't seen Trigun, go watch Trigun. Anyways. So, this was last year at Anime North, and for people who don't know, I was on the Fire Emblem panel, and I was helping organize Fire Emblem Jeopardy. So, we did the panel, and the panel went off without a hitch, man. The panel went great, it was a great time. I actually highly recommend going to the panel. Like, genuinely, we put effort into it each year. We really pushed for the panel engagement with the audience. Like, we put effort into it, and it went really well. For Fire Emblem Jeopardy, it's basically a game show. And the format, or the template we were using, was made in LibreOffice. Because apparently, at Anime North, the only things they support in terms of file formats is LibreOffice. Not even OpenOffice or Microsoft Word because they don't have the licenses. It's LibreOffice. And our Jeopardy template was a LibreOffice PowerPoint. Okay? Now, I was not in charge of assembling the PowerPoint. That was one of my co-panelists. And they were going to bring the PowerPoint on the USB. That was the plan. And I offered to help run things on the computer in the background. So we get to the panel, we boot up the PowerPoint or the LibreOffice presentation or whatever. Everything looks in order, and and then we start. I'm sitting at the computer. I have like this giant workstation. Like, there's audio sliders for all the mics. Like, I don't know how. I did not expect to be in front of all this machinery or operating this computer, but I've got like sliders and mixers, and I've got buttons that turn things off and on, and I got put in front of like yeah, I really need to get that water, sorry. All right. Much better. So, I sit in front of this workstation, knobs, sliders, buttons, stuff I've never seen in my life, basically, and I have no clue, or nor am I qualified to operate. But at the end of the day, I don't need to mess with all that. I just need to run the PowerPoint and just click on the 100, 200, just click on the questions and just do that. If you've been into, like, I don't know, school in North America, you've probably played a Jeopardy PowerPoint game at some point. Like, it just happens. And this was the same thing. But then the game show starts. And we click on the first question. Or I click on the first question. They say the category and the number. Like, Fire Emblem weapons for 100. I click on it. Instead of going to the category, it just goes to the next slide. And I realize, in the process of this PowerPoint being transferred from the computer it was made on to this computer, all of the hyperlinks on the entire Jeopardy board have been broken. All of them. And I now realize that for each category, I am now going to need to manually hunt for each question as it is asked in the PowerPoint, to then scroll down, find it, click on it, and go to that slide, then scroll all the way back up to the board and click on it again. But here's the thing. When you do this, when I'm scrolling through, I can't, I have to do it in the editor mode. I can't do this in presentation mode. So I have to go out to the presentation, but then when I go to the editing mode, people can see all the fucking answers to everything. So realizing this, I asked somebody please, can someone please stand in front of the projector to block it? And so somebody literally gets up, walks up to the projector and blocks it as I scroll to the question and click on it, and then I ask them to step out of the way. And not only this, the shortcuts for buttons in terms of advancing stuff is all different on LibreOffice when compared to fucking OpenOffice or even PowerPoint. So I'm pressing shortcuts that I think do the thing I think they're gonna do, and then they don't. So for about 10 minutes, we are running the show like this. Question asked, someone blocks the projector, I scroll down to it, click on it, person stands out of the way at the projector, person answers question, and then back in front, and then we scroll all the way up, and then that. We do this for 10 minutes, and it is suffering. It is fucking running this and doing this without making any mistakes and running it fast was, oh my god. Finally, somebody from the tech team for the room comes in, is like, wait, whoa, what's going on here? They come to me and they're like, hey, there's a button in your workstation that will turn off the display and we'll just cut it to a black screen. And I turned to him like, thank God. And there we go. We finally can retire the stand in front of the projector problem. So that problem's solved. So that speeds up things a little bit in terms of now we don't have somebody just standing in front of the projector. But we still have the problem having to manually scroll through everything. So what I do is on my phone, while people are answering questions, I search up a giant LibreOffice shortcuts sheet, and I start looking to not go to the previous slide, but go to the previous slide we were on before going to this slide button. That's what I look for. And finally, I find that. I find that shortcut, and finally now, I still have to scroll to find the question, but I don't have to scroll all the way back up. I can just hit the button to go to the previous slide we were on, which goes back to the board. Thank God. Okay. We're at the half-hour mark now, okay? Slowly but surely, the process is getting better and better. We're figuring out, we're figuring things out, okay? And by we, I mean I'm figuring this out on my own while the game show is still running. Then another thing happens. We go to a question, and it's about, I think, somebody's appearance, or it's about a weapon. It's like, what is this weapon? Or whatever. The image is broken. There's no image. There's nothing. Because guess what has also broken? Not only have the links broken, for some reason, some of the images are broken, but some sporadically are randomly not working or not linked also. Because I think some of the images in LibreOffice need to reference the file on the computer and don't actually contain the file within the file. But sometimes it does do that, and as a result, it was just a mess of things in, things out, things not. And basically it meant a roulette of every time we click a question, we don't know if it'll have any of the audio-visual stuff to work. We just have no clue. And by we, I mean I have no clue. Again, the people I'm co-hosting the panel with have their hands full enough just like running the, taking questions, saying validating answers, stuff like that. And I'm just kind of on a hamster wheel in the background. But we made it. I think it was 50 minutes total. Fire Emblem Jeopardy does complete. But oh my god, after that 50 minutes, I'm not joking, I literally slumped into my chair. I literally went like... Because like, it was literally like... This was all on the fly. I had actually not stepped into the panel expecting to have to do this. And then all of a sudden, I am like just juggling and running a Jeopardy on the fly that's half broken. So is this a bot? Or is this But dude, we got crypto bots? That definitely seemed very bot-like. But then, and this broke my heart, I think somebody messaged me and was like, I showed up to Fire Emblem Jeopardy and you weren't there. And I was like, I actually was there. I was just literally behind, basically backstage, running the whole thing half broken for 50 minutes, and then I collapsed afterward. So I was there, but some people did show up. Some people did show up looking for me or expecting me to be there, and I was MIA, unfortunately. But yeah, that was something. We're not doing it this year, just because it's a lot of work, and I think nobody just had the capacity to take it on again. But yeah, holy shit, what a fucking that was a trip. That was a trip. Now this story, we'll do the Trigun story and then we'll wrap it up for the night. Yeah. This story's crazy. This story's insane. Buckle in. Buckle the fuck in. Because this one is a doozy. Alright? So, this is 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. I was watching and really into Trigun. Like, I just started watching it. Like, Trigun Stampede was coming out. Like, I was super into Trigun, and I saw that there was a Trigun panel, and they were looking for panelists. And I was like, okay, this is a cool opportunity. Like, I'm a new fan. I can kind of get onto this panel and be the new fan POV. Like, I assume other people who are doing this will actually know what they're talking about. And I'll be the new viewer POV on the panel and represent probably a lot of people in the audience who are also new. That'll be my angle, and it should be fun. Should be fun. So I get added on the website to the panel. I submit for it. I get into it. And the group, an email is sent out to all the panelists saying, hey, you guys are on this panel. Here's when it is. Here's the room you have. Like, here you go. Ghost town. No one is responding to this email. I respond right away, by the way. I say, like, yep. Super down. When do you guys want to meet to, like, talk this out, or how do you guys want to plan this? Nothing. Zero response. I'm like, okay. I guess I'll, like, Here's the thing. I can't run a Trigun panel myself. I can't do it because I don't have the knowledge. I haven't read the manga. Like, I haven't watched, like, every piece of media. Like, I'm not a knowledge expert. I'm just a casual new fan. That was going to be my angle. But now, there's nobody. So I'm like, okay. People signed up for this. They've got to reply at some point. Some people are just really slow replying to email. Dude, it's like a week before the con. Nobody has still replied to the email chain. And I'm like, bro, what is happening? Finally, like 6 days before. 6 days before, one guy replies. He's like, yeah, I'll be there. That's it? No meetup to plan this? No. Nothing? You'll be there? He'll be there. Okay. He'll be there. That's good. Good to know. Bro will be there. Yeah. Okay. He's gonna be there. Okay. Again, keep in mind that the two other people just end up not replying or have not replied. So, the day of the con comes, and I'm debating whether to even show up because I'm like, I know that nobody at least has said they've done any planning. I know there's one guy who will quote unquote be there, and I don't know jack shit about Trigun, or I don't know enough to be able to do anything or host it. So I'm on the fence. I don't know if I'll show up or not. I don't know. In the end, I make the call. You know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll throw my hat in the ring. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. All right? Let's just see. Maybe these two other people will show up and they'll be very knowledgeable and they'll be like, oh yeah, I've done this before, like, you know. But like, what would happen? Exactly. So, I pull up to the panel room, and usually in these panel rooms, there's like a person you check in with, and I check in with the person. I'm like, hey, so have like any of the other panelists checked in? He's like, nope, just you. Like, okay, that's good. And then a line starts to form. A line starts to form into the ballroom where this panel is being hosted. And I discover that just before this panel, there was actually a Trigun panel with like the series creators just before ours. And so like all the Trigun people from that official studio panel all start filtering over to this ballroom and lining up, and it's just me waiting there, waiting to see if anyone else shows up to host this fan panel. I love it. And we get to the time of the panel. We get to the time, and I'm like, I have to do something. So I do go into the ballroom ahead of the people in the line. I do go on to, this is like a stage too. It was a big ballroom. There was a stage. It had like a fancy projector set up. Like, it was nice. And there's this big long table that is meant to seat 4 people. 5, honestly. And it's just me on this giant stage, giant table, 1 microphone, me just sitting there. in a room full of die-hard Trigun fans. I'll be there, guy. Wasn't even there. Well, here we go. Get ready for this. Buckle in. This is what I mean. Buckle in. Okay? Because I'm stalling starting the panel. And finally, I'll be there guy shows up. He walks up to the front. He shows up. He introduces himself. I say hi. I say hi. But it becomes immediately clear he has done no planning. I mean, to be fair, neither have I. But I talked to the guy, and this guy's like, yeah, we have like this like really cool media setup where we can like put stuff on the projector. So I'm gonna like Google search Trigun images, and like we can just talk about stuff. Uh-huh. Yeah? Yeah. We can do that, yeah. We can do that. Yep. Let's just do that. So, finally, we can't stall anymore at this point. It's like 5 minutes after the start time. The crowd's filled in. The ballroom is like pretty full. I'm imagining probably about 70 people in this ballroom with max capacity at like 100. Like, that's about the capacity, which is pretty decent. That's 70 people that are there for a Trigun panel. They just left, presumably, a great studio panel with the studio creators, and now they're in a room with me and this guy. So, I start making my mental game plan, okay? I'm like, okay, this guy probably doesn't know what he's doing. So I am probably going to need to take the reins of this as soon as and before I'm done formulating my mental plan, he goes. He's like, and I'm going to try not to be too mean, but he did not have public speaking skills. It was something akin to, hey everybody, welcome to the Trigun panel. My name's, I forget his name, but he says his name. Yeah, welcome everybody. Today we're going to talk about Trigun. You guys like Trigun, yeah? Didn't even say that. He's like, he just starts talking. He literally just starts talking about Trigun. Like, he just starts talking. He doesn't like do anything else. He just starts saying like, you know, I've been watching Trigun for this long, and I really like this series and this character and that character. I love this character, and honestly, like this, that, and then he just starts pulling up Google images, man. He just literally starts Googling Trigun stuff, and he's like, yeah, like, look at this, like, our man, I remember that was such a cool moment. Dude, I am fucking losing it. I'm like, okay, my operation, I need to hijack this panel immediately. I need to hijack this thing immediately. ASAP, I need to hijack this thing. This cannot continue. Because people are already leaving. People already getting up and out and going out the door. Okay? The ship is leaking water, and we are gonna go under if I do not take this over, okay? So, I finally get an edge in, and I'm like, I introduce myself, and again, look, I bring out the Pav charisma, okay? I try to rizz it up, I try to fucking give it my best, okay? And I say, basically my angle here is, okay, I don't know shit about Trigun. This guy cannot do public presentation skills. So what do? We do a Pavis classic. We lean on the chat. We lean as hard as possible on audience interaction and the fucking people there because they know their shit and they just want to talk about shit they know. Okay? Because I don't know shit, this guy's not going to be able to run any discussion. Even though I don't know shit, I can run a discussion. Okay? I can moderate basically a discussion and like get things going. I know enough about the series to like give basic prompts. Okay? So I slowly but surely take over and really frame it around like, so like when this happened, I was thinking this. When this happened, what do you guys think of this? Like, what did you guys think of this? Or who's your favorite character? Or like, what was the funniest moment from like the original series that you guys liked? And we would just go around, and there was a microphone also at the front of the room where people came up and could speak their piece. And here's the thing though. Even though I tried my best, it wasn't like, people were still leaving. And I totally get why, to be fair. Because in the interactions and me running the thing, like, because basically I tried to, it's mean, but it had to be done. I tried to cut the other panelist out as much as I could. Like, he would contribute in the back and forth and discussions with the audience, but I was like, the more this guy talks, the more people will leave. And not that people weren't leaving when I was talking, because it was apparent that I didn't know what I was talking about in terms of Trigun. But slowly, I'd say we bled out about halfway, okay? I'd say of the original 70, I think by the end we had 35. But it did stabilize at the 35 mark, where the 35 people who stayed were into it, engaging, talking, doing their thing. Okay? And afterwards, after the panel, I guess actually, let's not get to that point yet. But we made it. I'm gonna take credit for the group project. I made it work. Okay? But you do not know the existential dread or the fear of God has not been put into you until you are sitting on a stage, basically by yourself, in a room full of superfans, trying to run a panel about the thing they're a superfan about while people walk out the door. Okay? You have not had that. It's literally like nightmare fuel. Okay? Like actual nightmare fuel. But we made it through. We made it fucking through, okay? At the end of the day, we made it. All right. And then after the panel, I'm talking with some people afterwards. And honestly, did I kill the other guy? No. I tried to leave as fast as possible. But as I left and I went out, a few of the people who stayed came up to me and said, like, you did a great job. And I felt very happy. I felt happy because, like, I know the people there were big fans and they wanted to have a good time. And I explained to them the situation of that. I didn't like again, new fan. I was basically like coming into this panel like blind. Two of the panelists didn't show up. Like, we didn't have a plan. I gave them the context and they like, you did a great job. Like, we had a good time. I'm glad that for even one or two, I saved it. And yeah, by the end there was a vibe at least. But holy shit, man. Holy shit. It was crazy. It was insanity. Others felt the same but didn't tell you. I mean, I didn't talk to everybody. I was honestly happy even a handful of people like recognized or saw like the effort I put in. But man, never doing that again. Like, never. Like, that was a bona fide disaster. Like, there's a salvage and a silver lining at the end, but holy shit. You don't stay for an hour if you're not having fun? Yeah, because if you're not, you just leave, which is what a lot of people did. So Dude, the feeling, man. The feeling in my stomach when I saw people leaving the room in the first 5 minutes. Oh my god. That is the fucking depths, man. That is the depths. You are on a stage with one other person. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on and what you're doing, and people are walking out the door. Oh my god. Insane. Insane story. But it happened. But it happened. Literally gut-wrenching. Literally gut-wrenching. Like, nightmare fuel. That's the type of scenario you think up of, like, literally in your nightmares. Of people walking out of a room when you're presenting or doing something. Oh my god. And not even just a little, like, a good chunk of people. Anyways, there you go. There's the Jeopardy story. There's the Trigun story. Anime North stories. Hopefully no crazy news stories this year. And just a nice panel that's a good time and meeting some people. And hopefully nothing else. And just a good old time. The Fire Emblem panels always go great. For the record. They always go great. Those panels go well. Because we organize them and we meet up beforehand and we talk and we think of activities. Am I gonna vlog? Probably not. Probably not. I do want to get my vlog setup going for IRL streaming because that is something I want to do. But if you want to find me at Anime North, I'll be at the Fire Emblem panel, and I will be the truck rave. I didn't tell stories about the truck rave last year because that was crazy. I'll be there again this year if you're at the truck rave. Because that shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. You guys, yeah, I need to tell the story about the truck rave because that was fucking awesome. Yeah, save some stories. It's almost midnight, so I don't want to keep it going too much longer. But yeah, damn. So many good stories. See, this is why big advocate of get off your computer and go do stuff. Like this was a jam-packed Yappes. All right. So there may or may not be a stream on Thursday. If it is, it might be the alphabet thing I talked about, just a goofy one. If not, Sunday should be a sure thing. I think I go on break again. Yeah, I think starting on the 17th, I'm on break again. So the 15th, it's basically the next week and a half. I'm streaming again, and then I have another 3-week break. So in this small period between the two, you're probably going to see me try or experiment a bunch in this small period. And then once we're back in June, we're going to do... we're going to finish up Chat Plays Fire Emblem. So if you want an idea of what the channel looks like over the next month, it's basically week and a half of some more streaming, then 3-week break again, and then Chat Plays Fire Emblem finish. Depending on where the highlights are at, because I might give a bit more time at the beginning of June for the highlights to get all the way caught up, or close to it. And also expect more highlights. Those will keep going up. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me tonight. Man, it gets hot in this room. Holy shit. Yeah, I have a fan on me, but I'm still burning. Yeah. That's it for me. Have a good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. I'll see you in the next one. Good night.